Welcome to this week's edition of Douglasville Impact, our community podcast. We are here for episode 5.
Cinco.
Episode 5. I couldn't quite remember. It seems like it's been a while since we've done. I'm Jason Post with the City of Douglasville. We got a great show ahead of us, a lot of events and news to talk about. Let's go ahead and introduce everyone at the table, starting with our community outreach coordinator, Mr. Aaron Sarowitz.
Hello, everyone.
Our marketing and events coordinator, Ms. Tiffany Wallace.
Hi, everyone.
And our conference center and tourism director in our fourth seat today, Miss Jennifer Bean.
Hello, everyone.
Jennifer Johnson. I did it again. Ms. Jennifer Johnson.
Thank you, Jason.
I'm not the only one who still does
I know.
that.
I've been here a while, so it's kind of stuck.
You'll always be a Bean.
I
to
know.
us.
That's all right.
So,
It's a cool name.
you guys had a good week?
Great week.
thank
It's been a busy week.
It's
It
been a
has
very,
been.
A lot of stuff
very
going on.
busy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll get into some of the stuff we've been doing when we start talking about the news and events, I'm sure. But we do have a lot to talk about, so we're just going to jump right into it. All right. Aaron, what's going on all the news?
Well, we have a big event coming up next week, Tuesday, April 16th, from 12 to 1 p.m. at the Douglasville Conference Center. We have the State of the Community address. That's hosted by the Council for Quality Growth in conjunction with the Douglas County Chamber, the Douglas County Government, and the City of Douglasville. So Mayor Robinson will give her State of the City address, and Madam Chair will give her State of the County address in that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of one of our big events coming up, and there'll be tons of information, and I think we'll take that, and that'll be on our YouTube, and we'll
Correct.
take video
Yeah,
of that.
we'll film that. It'll actually, I think we're gonna do that Facebook Live to the Chambers Facebook page.
Okay.
And then we'll film it. It'll be on our YouTube channel. The county will have it on their channel as well. So we'll have it available for anybody who wants to see it. We'll be able to see it.
Right.
Yeah, that's a big event, and it's happening at our beautiful downtown conference
Yes,
center.
yeah,
That's
it's
right.
the one and only. Yeah, it's the biggest luncheon the chamber has. It has over probably 230 people attendance for that luncheon. So it's
Yeah,
it's
it
a big
was-
one for
it was
them and
packed
for us.
last year.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And it's people who aren't normally at the luncheon, right? So we
Right.
get a lot of outside of the
Yes.
coming people
Yes.
coming
Right.
to this one to see
Excellent.
what's going on
Coming
in
to
Douglasville, Douglas
Douglasville.
County,
Mhm.
which is great.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what a lot of us have been working on this week, is helping. The mayor's been preparing her address and
Yes.
getting it all
Yes.
outlined. And we did a rehearsal yesterday.
We
Yeah.
did.
Went really well.
It went
Right.
really well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're super excited about that.
Great.
So
Good thing.
that'll be a good event and good thing for the county. Yeah, a good place to figure out what all's going on in the city and the county
Right.
in a nice, concise way.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And
So-
and what will be happening in the future, the next year or so, too.
Absolutely.
So, we're kind of transitioning from all of these plans and talking about what's going to happen to actually starting to do some of it. Move,
Yeah.
move the ground,
Right.
see the change. So it's exciting.
Yeah.
Good things for the community.
Right. And then so next, our very own city manager, Marcia Hampton, was named the vice president of the Georgia City County Management Association. So that's kind of the association that all of city managers and everyone in local government, kind of come together, share ideas, get best practices and all those kinds of things. So she's the vice president now of that organization. She's been a member of that organization, I think, for well over 10 years and has held other appointed positions, but vice president's kind of a big deal. So
Yeah.
Definitely. Good for her.
we're very proud of her.
Absolutely.
So.
And that's one of those things that I noticed when we were looking at the mayor's script that she put together for her State of the City. There's a section where she talks about our city staff, and we have a lot of people who are plugged into organizations like this that are these statewide organizations
Right.
that are in leadership roles with Georgia City County Managers Association or GMAS that Karen, our communications
Right.
does. I mean, there's our Karen Callan, our finance director, is plugged into the Financial Officers Association and things like that. So there are a lot of those statewide organizations that we've got staff that are not only
Right.
plugged into,
Mm-hmm.
but they're in leadership roles. So I mean, it just shows you the level of staff that we've got
Right.
going here at the
Our
city,
HR
which is kind of impressive.
Our HR director is president of 2 different
That's right.
labor relations boards in the state
Very
and things like
fine.
that. So yeah,
there was a
it's
whole
pretty cool.
page of them when we
Right.
were putting together the
Wow.
presentation. There was a whole page of employees that
That's
are and
great.
staff members that
Right.
are plugged into those type of organizations in like big major leadership roles, vice
Right.
president, president, and stuff. So that's great. It was
It is
was
great.
something that
Right.
as a staff member I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
But that was very cool to
Same.
see. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So
They're bringing
good
all that
leadership here.
knowledge- Yeah,
Yeah.
bringing all that
Good leadership
knowledge,
here.
back to the city of Douglasville.
Yeah.
It's excellent.
And
All right.
last but certainly not least,
Ooh, the fun
yeah, the fun one, the Community Rocks concert, the spring rendition of that series will be happening on May 10th
Yes.
at 7 p.m. On O'Neill Plaza. Members only will be the headlining band
Yeah.
there. They're a 80s and 90s tribute band, so everyone's pretty excited about.
People love
So
80s
excited.
music.
Yeah.
They love
Lots
it.
of
So-
dancing, lots of
Right. So they look
singing
they look
along.
pretty fun from what I've seen on social media and on their website and things like that. So
Yeah.
and we had a pretty successful fall concert series. So this is kind of the spring version now. So
That's going to be awesome.
And
Yeah,
it
it'll
also
be fun.
happens to be Mother's Day weekend.
It
so
is.
bring
So,
the
yep.
moms,
good treat for
That'd
your
be
mom.
great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
indeed.
Bring her back to her heyday with
Ex-
music and all that
excellent.
kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So
That'll
Show
be
the women
awesome.
you
Yeah,
love
we
some love.
we started the Community Rock series last year, and we had a
Right.
few different concerts that were great bands and stuff. So we're going to continue that with one here in the spring, and that is we're super excited about that one because they're a really awesome band.
they are. Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah, they're like the premier +80s tribute band. I love '80s music.
Yes.
So that'll be a great night to come out. We're actually wrapping up we're going to talk a little bit later about Georgia Travel and Tourism Week.
Right.
That'll be
Right.
our wrap-up celebration for that week with
Yeah.
Cool.
everything going on. And like I said, it's
Bring
leading
in
into
the
Mother's
fun.
Day. So
Indeed.
that'll be a great night. Everybody just come out, bring your chairs, come out to O'Neill Plaza, relax, and
Enjoy.
Have some fun.
have some
Yeah.
fun.
Right.
Sing a
have
little,
some
dance
food.
a little.
Chairs.
Yeah.
Chill out.
Get to go get some gumbos or some
Yeah. Have some
Indeed.
dinner.
Fabianos
Yeah.
or something like that.
They'll be open, ready for
will
business.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Always have to
Can't wait.
plug the downtown restaurants.
Right.
So
Indeed.
good.
Well, that's all we have
All
for
right,
news.
Sorry.
Good deal.
Now I'm distracted.
Went off on food.
We do that a lot.
Yeah. It's okay.
All right. Thanks, Aaron. That's awesome.
You're welcome.
Good deal.
So that's all of our news, but we have a lot of events coming up.
Yes, we
April
do.
is busy
Springtime.
season, right?
Indeed, it is the season.
Yeah.
So we'll just jump right in. So this Saturday we have Breakfast with the Bunny at Hunter Park at 9 a.m. So bring the kids, enjoy a little time with the Easter Bunny. Let's see, on April 20th we have the Police Department's Community Enrichment Day, and that will be at the PD. That's
Yeah.
from 10 a.m. to 4. It's a full day event. Bring the kids, enjoy.
That's a full spring fling
Yes, it's a
type
full-
event.
full
They've got
spring
vendors and bouncy houses.
Yes, they'll have
and I think
lots
they
of
do an
activities.
Easter egg hunt during
Mhm.
that and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it's an all-day spring
Yes.
fling type event.
And they'll have lots
Yeah.
of activities for the family. So come one, come all. It's free to the public as well. April 20th, also on that day, we have the Easter egg hunt at Jesse Davis Memorial Park. That's from 11 a.m. to 1. And again, more seasonal Easter egg vibes going on there. So
And that one's a huge one. That's been going on
Yes.
for 17, 18 years. I want to say
Right.
something like that.
it's a long-standing
and it's a partnership
event.
with
the Alpha Kappa Alpha and sorority.
sorority.
Incorporated.
Right.
Yes,
So that's a big
so-
Easter egg hunt. So that's a fun one, definitely.
Yes. So
come
there
up
will
to.
be no shortage of Easter egg hunts in the upcoming
right.
weekends. So
Covered.
yes, we got you covered. All right. So and moving on, we have Georgia Cities Week. That will be April 21st and 27th. And we also have a few events that are going on during that time. Let's see. We have the Better Together breakfast. I'm sorry, Better Together luncheon. On the 25th of April, and that's pretty much recognizing our volunteers
Yeah,
with
that's
the
a
city.
fun one.
That's
Yeah.
a fun one.
That
yeah.
was another thing when we were putting together the Mayor State of the City stuff. We were pulling all the stats on volunteers. We got a lot of people who volunteer to make Douglasville work.
Indeed.
I mean, we were pulling volunteer hours, 260 plus volunteers who
Yep.
volunteer on
Wow.
boards and authorities
Yeah.
and different organizations throughout the city. in like 3,500 plus volunteer hours.
Yeah.
Thousands of
Yeah.
Or
hours.
so. I mean, thousands of
Crazy.
hours are
Yeah.
volunteer hours. So I
Very
mean, there's
tuned into
so
the
much
city. Yes.
community involvement and community engagement and volunteerism that makes Douglasville happen and work.
Indeed.
Yep,
So
and that's
it's
what
great.
that luncheon is a thank you. It's a thank you.
Right.
It's
Right.
a celebration for them on that
Right.
day to make sure they're recognized. So
Yes.
it's a really
Absolutely.
good event.
Their impact matters. For
Absolutely.
The city of
Definitely
Douglasville.
does.
Absolutely. So that is April 25th, Better Together Luncheon at the Conference Center from 11:30 to 1. And also during Georgia Cities Week, we have the second graders visit also at the Conference Center. And Jennifer, how many second graders will be
There's probably
descending upon
300
you?
to 400 second graders
Oh,
that
yes.
will come for a field trip. We show them the city of Douglasville. We show them the conference center. We show them the fire department. They do a little skit kind of thing. And of course, they get to see the communications department do different TV kind of things. They love it.
Yeah, we
They're
do
kind
some
of
fun stuff with them. Yeah,
Yeah, they're kind of like
Yeah.
a host
Yeah.
of a show.
Yeah.
Right?
Indeed.
They love
We
it.
put them on the
So
green screen, and
it's a lot
all
of kids,
fun.
but they,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, they love it. And it's so much fun for all
Yeah.
of us. We have a
They
really
do
good
they
day.
do a mock
And they do a
council.
yeah,
mock
mock
council.
council meeting.
Yep.
They get to
They
vote
get
on
to
an
see
item.
the police
Yeah.
dogs.
Oh yeah,
and
everybody
see
loves the
how-
canines.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
canines.
Absolutely.
So it's a great day, and they love it.
Nice.
I'll
And
be
how
doing
long
it.
has the city been doing this?
I've been here. This will be my 18th year here at the city of Douglasville, and we've been doing it. I know for
Yeah.
that long.
Longer
so,
than I've been here.
So
Yeah.
some of the
Very fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, long
A long
tradition.
time.
Good
Yeah.
deal. Good deal.
Yeah.
love
Absolutely.
it.
So that'll be a fun
good day.
day for the second graders and for even for city staff.
When it
to,
gets better, too.
Yes.
That day keeps going.
Oh yeah, it does. And that is from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's the second graders visit. Also on that same day, we have the ultimate block party,
Yeah, we
and that
do.
will be at the old PD parking lot in the downtown, and that's from 6 to 9 p.m. So just to round up our busy day on the 26th.
Fun day though, because
Yes.
that one's the huge block party. We've had it for a few years now.
We
So
have.
it's vendors
vendors,
and fun stuff,
Right.
and
some food.
food.
Indeed.
They're we got the parking lot full of food trucks.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't love that?
yeah.
Sold.
And then there's
Lots of
so,
kid, I think they have a lot of kid
They've got
activities.
kid activities.
activities,
Yeah, they
too.
had like bouncy houses and rock climbing walls and
Right.
stuff like that
Yeah,
before.
little
and
crafts and
crafts
things like that
and
the kids can
things.
do.
They've had music and
Yeah.
a lot of fun stuff. I mean, it's a block party.
Yeah.
It's pretty much
Exactly
what it sounds
what
like.
it is.
Right,
Yeah.
so
It's a
come,
huge
have
block party.
fun.
Just come out,
Yeah.
right, bring your
Yeah.
appetite.
bring your appetite, and have some
Indeed.
fun and eat some awesome food.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
As we do.
fun.
Indeed. And so just a little bit out of order, I just wanted to get to the Georgia Cities Week events, but we have the PD Town Hall on the 23rd, and that is from 6 to 9 p.m. So just to plug that.
Yeah, and those are always good.
Yes,
yeah.
indeed.
They like to keep us all informed about what's going on in the
Yes.
community and
And you should be informed.
what the
so
PD's doing to keep us safe.
Absolutely. So that will be at the police department, April 23rd. And jumping forward, we have the Keep Douglasville Beautiful Spring Recycling Event. That's on April 27th, and that will be at the First Presbyterian Church,
Right.
and that's from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yeah, we talked about that one a little bit when Chan was on, but that's a big one. They
Yeah,
do
it's a
in the
big one.
spring, and they do one in
And
the
one
fall.
Right.
But that's their big one they do. You bring all your recycling out.
Indeed.
They take care of you. That's a
Right.
good day for it.
So let's get to spring cleaning. We have a whole day set aside for this, so you cannot forget. And also during that week, we have the spring cleanup week. So this is when residents can put out their large items for pickup at the curb, no additional cost. Just make sure that you put it out by 7 a.m. on your regular pickup day.
Correct.
And that will go from that entire week.
Yeah,
So from
it's-
that Sunday to that Thursday.
It is that week. So it's
Yes.
on your day that you
Yes,
normally, your trash would
indeed.
normally be picked up, same day.
Right.
There are a short list of exceptions. You can go to the website and there should be
For
information
that.
on the spring cleanup, douglasvillega.gov.
Gov. Right.
There's a short list of things like paint
Right.
and things
Those
like
things that have
that
to.
still have to be addressed
Right.
before you're putting it out. But for the most part,
Yeah.
you got extra stuff, just put it out
Indeed.
next to your can, and
Yeah.
they'll take it.
And that old couch that you've been hanging on to. Put it at the curb.
That's the one.
So we want you to clean out your house and be ready for the spring, and nice and organized as well. So KDB is doing a good job to keeping
Yeah,
us
always.
clean and beautiful. And then also on the 27th, we have the DEA pill take back. That will be at the police department, and it's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And let's see, we have a few things. So the pills, obviously, keep them safe, clean them out, and take them back in a safe manner. And also, they are taking back Sharps.
The sharps,
So
yeah.
yes, so no questions asked, no forms or ID required. There, you do have to package them in an appropriate manner. You can find all of that on the city's website at douglasvillega.gov. But they are taking pills and sharps. So just to let you all know that that is a great service to have.
Yeah,
with the
and
city.
that was a big distinction that they wanted to
It
make sure
is.
that we pointed out, was that they are taking sharps. 'Cause
Yes, they are.
There's a whole list of these. That's a national day, the
It is.
DEA Pill Take Back
Yes.
Day. It all happens on that day, and there's all kinds of locations that are doing it. We're partnering with Wellstar, WSA,
Right.
Douglas County Kids Safe. Anyone
And
else I'm missing?
then-
And
and the DEA,
and the
yeah.
DEA
Right. And then, of
to
course,
put
us.
this one on. So there's a bunch of events that are going on around different communities, but not all of them take the sharps.
Right.
So-
Our location is though.
This location is where
Yes.
you can go if you have those
Like
needles
your
from
insulin needles and
insulin
whatnot.
and things
okay.
like
Right.
that.
I was wondering kind of.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
Okay.
Indeed.
So if they're old, expired, or used or whatever,
Right.
there is information on how to package them. They don't want you just throwing them into a Ziploc bag.
Right. They must be disposed of safely.
Right.
There is information on the website on
Yes.
what they want you to do with them before you bring them in, but that's a great way to do that.
Right.
And for the rest of them, it's just a matter of your old or expired or unused medications.
Right.
They end up who knows where.
Right.
If you just throw them out, we don't want things like that are prescription drugs to end up in the wrong hands,
Right.
or children to get a hold of them,
Right.
or if they get overcrowded in your medicine cabinet and you have risks of kids getting a hold of them, things like that. So that's our whole point, is go through your medicine cabinet,
Indeed.
clear out the old stuff, keep it out of wherever it doesn't need to be, and bring it
Yes.
in, and they'll
Part of the
dispose
whole
of
spring
them
cleaning,
properly.
trying to get
Yeah,
everything
absolutely.
together. And if
Yeah.
if they're in your prescription pills, just make sure to take the labeling off, because you don't want your personal information out there. So just
Yeah.
a quick tip. And that's all I have
Awesome. You think that's enough?
That's
I
all.
know.
That's all.
That's all.
for now.
Just add a few more
It's
things.
just a
things,
few
just a few
dozen
things.
things
There you
happening in
go.
the next week or two.
Right.
And again, that's just through the 27th.
The
or so
27th of
So that's
April,
just
yeah.
the next
Right.
couple
There's
weeks.
more.
So
Just
there's a lot
wait
more
for it.
coming.
Then we go into May.
We
Yeah.
go into May. Whoa.
You'll have to check out episode 6 for more.
That's right.
For more
information.
information. Check back
Gotta
in.
keep checking.
Yeah.
That's right.
Indeed.
So we'll come at you every other week. We're coming at you on a Tuesday to keep you up to date on all this stuff, because it just keeps coming.
It does.
And we're entering that season, the spring, right into summer, into
Yeah.
fall.
Mhm.
It doesn't stop at this point.
No.
So we've passed our slow period, that January, February.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone.
It's
We're
concerts
going
and
now.
festival season. It's full
Concerts and
steam ahead.
festivals.
Yes.
There's stuff
Absolutely.
happening
A lot
all
coming
the
up.
time.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's awesome. And
Yeah.
anything that we've mentioned, if you want to find out more about, it's on the website, douglasvillega.gov.
Indeed.
We've got everything in the events section. We'll put links to everything in the show notes as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll try to. The website's a great place to find out more about any of these events, when they're happening, where they're happening. Some of them require registration, so it'll all be on the website.
Yeah.
So awesome. Thanks, Tiffany.
You're welcome. Anytime.
All right. So that will bring us to our fourth seat this week, which is our Conference Center and Tourism Director, Jennifer Johnson.
Yes.
So
The
thanks for
world
joining us.
Yeah.
World
thank-
renowned.
About me, right? No, just kidding.
So you're tied into all these events we're having, because half of them happen at your conference center.
Right.
So we've already
Right.
talked to
So
you a
it's
lot.
good to fill
so
me in, definitely.
yeah. So tell us a little bit just about what you do, and
Okay.
tell us about the conference center to start off, and then we'll talk about a little bit more about some
what's
events you
going
got
on.
coming up.
So like
Yeah.
you said, Conference Center and Tourism Director. So I have a little bit of everything going on. But I am over at the Downtown Conference Center, which, it's on its 6th year of being open. And we're right in the middle of wedding season. So we just started, our first wedding was like March 16th. And every Saturday, through like middle of May is a wedding. And then, of course, summer, we go into more weddings. But we have everything there. We had a big church conference in March. We do meetings, chamber lunches, events. So the conference center does everything from 10 people to the biggest event so far we've done is 420.
Wow.
So we can do a little bit of everything, host any kind of event. So, and then of course I'm over tourism, which is bringing people to Douglasville. We want people to come to stay in our hotels, shop in our mall, eat in our restaurants, and of course book a meeting at the conference center. Of course. So that's a little bit about what I do. It all kind of goes together: tourism and the conference center, hotel, motel, all the taxes and things like that. It all goes together. We want people to come to our city and stay in our hotels and have meetings and conferences. So
And they do, and they
do.
been, right?
Yes.
And
Definitely.
like you said, and if people are interested, they need to book in advance, because like you said,
Yes.
if somebody comes in today and say, hey, I want to have an event on a Saturday at the conference center.
Right. We're really
Probably
booking
not.
We're already
20 events
Yeah.
right
Wow.
now, especially
Wow.
for the weekends. Weddings book a year out, and they take a lot of the dates quickly, or maybe like a banquet or something like that. So it goes pretty quickly. So I've even had calls for 2021 at this
Wow.
point.
Wow.
So yes.
That's good.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's great. So
Kudos.
we stay
Yeah.
busy, but it's it's a great facility. I mean,
It really
It is.
you can do a lot of different things in that building. So
Because it's everything, like you said, from
Yeah.
weddings and parties and events
to a small meeting.
small meetings
Yeah.
to like multi-day
Yep.
conferences and
Right.
conventions and things like that.
Yes.
We've held a lot of those as well.
Yes,
so I
we
mean,
have. Yeah,
it's functional for a lot of different uses,
it is.
which is
Multi-purpose.
great.
Right,
Yeah.
and you guys
Sure.
mentioned O'Neill Plaza. You can even do little events out there. You can have your wedding ceremony out there, which is outside, and then come in for your reception. So
Yeah.
that's a great asset to the conference center too, having an
Absolutely.
outdoor venue.
Absolutely.
So
And the free parking attached
free
to
parking,
the conference center
yes.
is super
It
super
is
nice.
It
definitely
is,
a
yeah,
plus, for
it
sure.
is. A lot of people come to our facility because
Right.
of the free parking.
Right.
Yeah.
So and right attached to the conference center. So
Yeah.
Yes.
The free
Can't beat
parking
it.
has been a great asset
it has
to the entire downtown.
It has.
It has.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because we were struggling with parking
Mhm.
a little bit before you
Yeah,
guys
and there's over
came
300
along.
spaces in
Yeah.
that parking deck, so it
It's-
has. Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
It's big.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
big. There's 3 levels, so yeah.
Which frees up. We have a lot of surface street parking as
Right.
well
We
around the
do.
city,
Mhm.
and that
We do.
frees all those up. So even if those are full, there's lots of parking still available
Right.
Absolutely.
around the area and stuff. But it's been a
Yeah.
great asset to the downtown just to have that
It
available.
has.
Definitely.
That's one of the things.
Yeah.
Like meeting planners come and want to book a meeting with us. That's one of
Yes.
the first things they ask is about
parking.
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 Yes.
They're used to going to downtown areas where it's crowded. It's
Yeah,
Or you have
pay
to
to
pay.
park.
cost over
Yeah.
$20, $25
Right.
per day.
Absolutely.
So that is definitely something they ask immediately.
Yes.
So yeah, it's
Yeah,
great.
we were in
That helps a
Nashville.
lot.
We were in Nashville last week for a conference, and we went to park downtown. It was $27
Wow.
for
yeah.
2 hours.
Right.
Wow.
Then you got to go
insane.
back and pay more.
Right.
If you wanna
Right.
stay
If you want
longer.
to stay longer,
Yeah.
right.
I just wanted to have lunch.
That's what we eat.
That makes my lunch even more expensive.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was really good
Yeah,
though, but
it's
still.
crazy.
but still.
So yeah,
Yeah.
the free parking is nice.
It is.
It's very nice.
Yep.
And the other thing you mentioned hotel motel tax.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that was a little confusing about the conference center for a while was it's paid for by the hotel motel
It
tax
is.
dollars, right?
Yep. You have to use that for the conference center.
Right. So it's not costing out of general fund and things like that. So this is this big beautiful conference center that's actually paid for by people coming from outside of our community and traveling and staying
Yeah,
here,
that's correct. Yeah.
which is a great. We've talked about the
is.
hotel motel tax a little bit in the
have
past.
you? Okay. Yeah.
But it's a great thing for us to have. We're not burdening our tax
No.
Yeah.
payers.
Right.
It's
Our
paid
citizens
for.
aren't being burdened with that.
Nope.
It's people from outside of the community who are coming in and staying in our hotels and motels and
Yes.
stuff for conferences
Going
and
to different
things.
things and attending
Yeah.
different things.
And spending money in our
Um,
community,
they
generating
are.
revenue
Mhm.
for
Definitely.
our city and,
Yeah,
and
which is
for the
all
conference
good.
center.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's another
Right.
good thing.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So I was going to tell you a little bit about tourism and travel and tourism week.
Travel and tourism week coming up.
Yeah.
Yep.
So a couple of different events going on that week. So at the conference center, they're going to do a local travel rally and local fam tour. So what that does is bring people to Douglasville and the conference center to kind of show them some different things that we have to offer. Maybe they're planning a meeting or an event. So we'll host that and just kind of invite them, feed them lunch, and just kind of show them around a little bit. So that's on May 7th.
Yep.
Also, the HPC luncheon, Historic
Yeah.
Preservation, is having their luncheon, which is a great luncheon to kind of
That's always a
promote.
good one. Yeah.
Yeah,
And we're hosting that this year. It goes back
We
and
are.
forth between
It
us and the
does.
county. It's our
Mhm.
year to host it, so
it
it'll
is
be
our
at
year
the
to host
conference
it.
center.
It's
right?
at the conference
Yes,
center.
yes, it will.
Big beautiful luncheon with great food and
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. And then we also host the Chamber of Commerce having their business for breakfast that week. We also host that. It's a great networking event. You can come out and have some good breakfast.
guess what? There's more good food there.
More food, exactly. Proof of the Pudding's our catering service. They've been with us for quite a while. And
Seeing the pattern.
yes.
We
There's
figured it out.
definitely a
Ooh,
pattern.
A couple of episodes we
always
figured
gonna
out
feed
that
you.
was the key to Douglasville.
And great
Exactly.
food.
Yeah.
Great food. People
Yeah. And it's a great networking event. So you can come talk to other businesses and other people from the city or the county and just kind of just chit chat in the morning, just have some, good networking time. And so a lot going on that week. And we're just excited to
Right.
kind of promote tourism.
Yeah, it's great. And then
Yeah.
that's what we talked before. We'll wrap that week up with a concert on Friday night.
Right.
Yes.
So we'll invite everybody out and say, hey, come to the concert, enjoy the concert.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the things that we do to get people to come out to our community
Yeah.
and enjoy our downtown area. So,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
lots of
and
big stuff.
this year's theme is Travel Matters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Travel Matters.
Yep.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Excellent.
I like
Yeah,
that one.
It is.
It's good.
So,
And it does.
It does matter.
It does.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
want you to come. We want you to stay.
We want to
you be
travel.
here.
Everybody
Yeah.
wants to
Indeed.
travel. It's
Right.
so- oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good things.
Yeah.
So that's coming up. But you guys have some big signature events you guys do throughout the year as well. The
We do the
Bridal show?
Yeah, we have a bridal show in February. It's usually the third Sunday. This year it's the fourth Sunday. I believe it's the 21st or 22nd. Valentine's was that third
Yeah.
weekend, so we wanted to not
works out.
interfere with
Yeah.
everybody's plans. So
Yeah.
behind the veil.
Behind the veil.
Yes.
Yeah, bridal show.
Right.
Over 35 vendors. So we have
Great.
photographers, florists, cakes, different people that come to the show, and brides love it. They love it. And this is our fifth year having it. Yeah, it's a really good
been a while.
event. We give away a honeymoon, like a trip.
Oh,
Oh,
very
wow.
fun.
Yep, and then each
Yeah.
vendor does a prize, so you can win different. I know one lady this year won set of wedding rings.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like bands.
Yeah.
So there's different
Yeah.
prizes that you
That's
can
really
win.
cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they do the drawings throughout the bridal show.
That's if you're an upcoming bride or planning on being an upcoming. That's something.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Don't miss out.
definitely
It's in
one
Yeah.
Douglasville.
And
That's where
February
it's
is a great time. A lot of brides get engaged at Christmas.
Yeah.
So February is a great time to have it. So
And all the vendors you need for your wedding are in
Are
one
right
place.
here.
You
At
don't
the
have to
Douglasville
go all
Conference
these
Center.
places
Yes.
tracking them down. They're all right here.
yes.
Yeah.
And we do, of course, Proof of the Pudding does food, of course. So they can taste our
course.
food, look at our venue.
Yeah.
So it's great for for us too, because we get to show off what we have and offer. So
great.
Definitely.
yep. And then the other event we do is Family Reunion Workshop. It's in September. I apologize, I don't have that date in front of me,
No,
but it is in
yeah.
September. And they do great things too. They have vendors there that you can learn about having a family reunion, hotel rooms, or maybe little trinkets that you need for your goodie bag. So
Yeah.
there's all kinds
Yeah.
of stuff they can do
Lots of neat stuff.
for family reunion.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
and then they have
wonderful.
somebody speak to, I believe, about how to
Yeah.
plan it.
Very cool.
Hey,
Yeah,
good
so that's a great
resource.
event too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as those come closer, we'll have
We
all
can
the
update you on
details and
those,
more
right.
information
Yeah.
when we do our events. But
Mhm.
we know they're on the calendar, so
They
it's good
are.
to talk
Yeah.
about them.
Yeah.
So
Great.
yeah, lots of good stuff is always happening at the conference center. There's always sometimes we don't even know stuff's going on.
Yeah.
Over there. Like, oh, what is
Like
going
we're
on?
busy.
I don't. Yeah, people don't realize. I think sometimes what we do.
Um,
Very busy.
You can't really tell from the outside
Right.
necessarily. You drive by and you think, hey, there's that big conference center, and you don't even realize there's a convention. It's full of
Yeah.
hundreds and hundreds of people that you don't realize are in there.
Right.
Because
And
there's
looking
always
at that
something
great
going
free
on.
Parking.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So you don't realize that it's full all
You
the
do.
time.
I mean, we have a big event in
Yeah.
there tonight, and then we'll flip over in the morning for a 200-person wedding
Yeah.
tomorrow. So it's, yeah, people don't realize that with a venue like that, you're constantly setting up and flipping the rooms and getting them ready for the next event.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Yeah, and even when we as the city are scheduling things, we want to have stuff over there. We've got to schedule around. You
Right.
got all the
We're
rooms
booked.
booked, so we're gonna pick a different weekend.
Yeah.
So we know we do have some big events coming up. That
Right.
Juneteenth will be over there again.
It will.
They'll have their
Mhm.
banquet there
They will.
the night before the big event on the plaza and
Mhm.
stuff coming up this
Yeah,
year.
and that banquet's about 300 people. It's a good
That's a
sized
big one as well.
banquet. Yeah.
Yeah. So lots of things like that are always going on.
Yeah.
It's a great facility.
That's
And if you haven't been inside, like I said, if you've just driven by and seen the outside, come in and just go
Please.
inside.
Stop by.
Yes.
Stop by and take a tour.
Come in and take a tour. Yeah, people all the time stop by,
Mhm.
walk in, and yeah. Or you can go on our website, DouglasvilleConferenceCenter.com, and check it out. We're on Facebook, and Instagram. We're on everything. So
Everywhere.
yeah,
and they can schedule a tour
They
on the
can.
website
They
if they
sure
want
can.
to, or they can call in and just
email
talk to
me.
Jennifer and
Yeah.
say, hey, I want to come and take a tour. Or just drop by sometimes.
They really can.
Yeah.
We're always there. It's
Yeah.
very rare. We have so many events going
Mhm.
on. We're really there, even on
Yeah.
Sundays. So we're there 7 days a week, pretty much.
Yeah.
Maybe a few nights we might not have anything, but very rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they can stop by anytime.
It's tough being so popular.
It is. Somebody's got to do
Right.
it.
It's a hard life. It's a hard
I
life.
wouldn't know.
If I wasn't popular, I'd be worried.
Right.
So yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Very good. So thank
Awesome.
you. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's a lot of stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Good
So we
information.
covered all our news. A lot of events coming up. Stop by the Douglasville
Absolutely.
Conference Center. See what all they got going on and plan your next event if you want. Yeah.
But before we go,
Something else?
Yes, you mentioned Juneteenth. So we are accepting vendors for the Juneteenth celebration that will be on the plaza on Saturday, June 15th. And we are accepting vendors, non-food vendors, meaning like retail and whatnot, and then food vendors as well. So if you go on the city website, feel free to fill out your vendor form, either non-food or food vendor, depending on your category. And we'd love to have you. So, yes.
right.
So if you go to the Forum Center and select Juneteenth, and you'll see both of the forms listed, links to both of the forms.
Yeah.
And feel free to contact me if you have any questions. Tiffany Wallace, Marketing and Events. And, I'm here Monday through Friday.
Excellent. That's a good point. And we'll put links to the forms in the show notes. And we'll put Tiffany's email address in the show notes so you can get a hold of her nice and easy. But that is going to be a good one because we're moving. Juneteenth is coming back to O'Neill Plaza.
Yes,
it is.
We're bringing a lot of the things back to O'Neill Plaza now that it's finished and ready this year. So I know we've had some conversations. We got a great lineup. We're planning entertainment and bands and groups and stuff throughout the day on the main stage. We're going to have vendors and food vendors and things like that.
Absolutely.
And they've got activities going on
and it's a
all
full
day.
day.
It's
I
a
think
full
it's
day.
like 11 to 8 or 10 to, I think
It's 10 to 8.
10 to 8.
So
it's a
full
full day.
day.
Full day.
Yes.
So come out anytime. We're going to have like an area for kids and kids activities. And there's going to be
Music.
and entertainment and food. Do I mention food?
Gotta
The running
mention
theme.
food.
Let's
Yes.
mention food.
Yeah.
So there'll be food in addition to all the great food that's always in the downtown anyway.
Yeah.
That is
we'll have
correct.
some extra food as well.
Yep.
Right.
So that'll be a big event. June in general is got
It's
stuff going on all the time.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
we'll get more details on those as we come forward. But yes, it's a great time. Now's the time for vendors.
Now is the time. Yes.
Yep.
So
Yeah, they
time is
probably
of the essence.
Go quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
The vendors.
So
yeah.
It will fill up quick.
They
So
very quickly. Yeah.
Indeed.
email Tiffany
yes.
today.
WallaceT@DouglasvilleGA.gov. That's me.
It's out there now.
Yes.
Yeah, very brave.
Got to do what you got to do.
We want to be here. We want to make sure everybody can get a hold of us if they need us, right?
That's right.
Yeah, so they
Yeah.
can find us on our website, douglasvillega.gov.
That's true.
Everything you need to know is there. You can find us on Facebook. We try to post as much as we can on Facebook.
Yeah.
We have our email addresses are all on the website, but again, for Tiffany's, it's going to be there in the show notes. We do have an email address set up for the show, impact@douglasvillega.gov. So if you have something that's going on in the community that you see, a neat thing that's happening in the community that we can promote and highlight, we have a lot of just impactful people go in the community that are doing great community outreach type activities and things like that. If there's anything that we can help promote that's a great community activity, yeah, we'd love to do that. So you're just going to email us, let us know anything we can do to help. That's what we're here for. So yeah, or if you just want to email us and tell us what you think of the show, what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, we're happy to help. Happy to hear any kind of positive feedback. And on that note, we're always talking about all these events going on. What we would ask for you guys to help us get the word out is if you're listening to the podcast, scroll down and review the podcast, give us a rating, and share it out.
Yes.
Share it out makes a big
Share
difference. So just share it on your social media. Let people know that it's out there. Like I said, we're coming at you every other week with a lot of great information, as much as we can find that's happening in our community. So just let people know that we're here. The more people we can reach, the more people we get to come out to all these great activities and stuff, and take advantage of all the awesome things happening in the Douglasville, Douglas County community.
Yes.
All right.
Definitely.
So yeah,
Sounds
all
good.
good?
Yes.
Yeah.
awesome. So thank you guys for joining us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you
Appreciate
guys to tuning in and watching, and we'll see you next time on Douglasville Impact.